Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about this YouTuber. And her channel's name is Real Talk with Yanie. As you see here, she has I took a snippet of a video that she has on a Patreon. It's called Control Your Inner Demons. Though the Bible tells you you're supposed to get delivered from demons, you're supposed to rebuke the demons, she's showing people how to control your inner demons. But anyway, that's not why we're here. So it's been for a few years now, but even it has increased even more. There's been like an attack on marriage. In a sense, there's been a lot of voices the enemy has raised up to this, like, to sway people in a sense that marriage is not the way to go. You can hold off on it, or it may be something that you shouldn't do. Having children is, even though they may not, some of them blatantly say it, some of them, kind of on the side tell you this is not what you should do. And she's one of those people. So she's always posting different things like this. So here are examples like this. She posts like shaming single childless women in a world where women and children are not safe. So she named, the different tragedies that happened where one person decided to do such an evil deed to innocent people. So that is the reason why you should be single and childless. Now, if that's something you decide to do, you want to do whatever, you're speaking from your pain, resentment, because remember, people speak from where they are. And unfortunately, a lot of people speaking from where they are have a platform. And sometimes they're speaking because, hey, they found out bad news. They can't have kids. Somebody that they wanted to be with don't want to be with them, or the person that they want don't want them. It's different reasons where people speak from. And unfortunately, they push their ideologies and influence people. That's what people don't understand. You have influence when you have a platform. And even if you don't have a platform, if you have one person, two persons that actually listen to you, you have to be careful of the things that you say, because that person decisions that person may take based on your influence on them. So lately it's been like a war on marriage, in a sense. People telling, persuading, influencing other people, younger people, marriage is really not the way to go. Maybe you could hold off on it. That, they've been doing this for years. This is what the movement of feminism changed to. Originally, I don't think it started like that. I think it started to help women that were being abused by their husbands and stuff like that were taking advantage of them. But then it turned ugly, like a lot of movements that are going on now. Somehow people who don't really have that vision, that vision come in and kind of taint, and they pervert the movement from its original stance. So she tends to, persuade a lot of her followers, which are women and some men, that you should focus on you. There's other stuff that you could do. But as your nature as a woman is to be a wife, that's your nature. You could fight as much as you want. That's your business. Your nature as a woman is to be a mother. That's why you have certain stuff on your body that is the purpose for it is for childbearing. But anyway, but sometimes we have to understand certain stuff that we do. There are effects. There's domino effects. And I was on just looking, scrolling through, and then I fell on Dr. Patrick Dick's community tab post, and this is what he posted. So I think Dr. Patrick came on my timeline because I've watched Erica Williams, and I think he's been a guest on that. So YouTube kind of does stuff like that. So this is what he said: are you ready for the workforce gap? Low birth rates and people deciding not to have children at all creates a very serious problem that we are about to face. Once baby boomers retire or leave the workforce, who is going to replace them? Automation and technology can solve some of the problems, but not all. So this is what people are not thinking. This is probably what she's not thinking. All these stuff, you're influencing a group of women that, let me tell you something, to be single and to be fulfilled in your singleness, truly fulfilled in your singleness, that is a gift from God. That is a gift from God. Because if God has not gifted you to remain single and celibate, your other alternative is you let loose. Whether you let loose and you pleasure your own self, or you go from, whether you're just going around sleeping around with people, or you just go from relationship to relationship to relationship. To be truly single and fulfilled, that is a gift from God. It may seem that these women want to try and say, oh yeah, I'm fulfilled and stuff like that, but many of these women who are influencing people to remain unmarried and don't have children, put off having children, or don't have children at all, and the ones that are getting together in groups, they want to show you that they are, they have it going together, but there's a void that they're trying to fill. That's why many, even though some women, yes, they are accomplishing great things, but many of those women, they're just trying to fulfill a void. So they go after more degrees, they buy more material things, they're buying houses, and they climbing the corporate ladder because they trying to show you that I don't need to be a wife, I don't need to be a mother, I could still be filled. But you're still climbing, you're still going, getting all these kind of stuff because you're trying to fill a void that cannot be fulfilled with vanity. And she's not the only one who's doing that. There are many other influencers who are doing things like that, but don't know there is repercussions. There is a domino effect that will cause. And I hope none of you guys, if you could do whatever you want to do, but make sure that when the effects start happening, don't be the one who complaining, oh, why is it taking long at the hotel for me to get service, for me to do this? So simple things that used to be so easy, but aren't, because there are no people to do them. They have to use AI, or they just understaffed. So she likes to post different, community posts, and then she finds different videos, like for instance this video right here that she had posted. So it was not her video, but it was of a TikTok video that was put together by somebody on TikTok. And then she shared it to her platform. So she does different things like that. She gets different videos, different statistics, and she's not the only one that does it, a different one. Just, to further persuade people getting married is not the way to go, or you should put it off. Having children is not the way to go. And this was the video that, it solidified it. Number one, it had all type of triggering things that a lot of women could relate to. And then it came with this music. And you know what music does? Sometimes music triggers all type of emotions. Just like, when they're doing altar calls, a lot of churches, they use music to do altar calls, whether they know it or not. That does not help when the person is making a decision if they want to follow Jesus Christ, because you start playing the music and it brings up all type of emotions, and then the person is not logically choosing to follow Jesus, they're emotionally doing it. So those conversions tend to not last. So you can see the person, a week and 2 weeks, and then after that they're no longer there, because it was a decision that was made by emotion, but they didn't actually have a time to think and then make the decision. So just like this video, it had all type of stuff, why men are saying, how much your body count is. You have men that are following women, trying to sexually assault them, and women going through postpartum, maternity leave, all type of things that will trigger you. And it comes with music in a form of manipulating you. Say, oh yeah, you should think twice if you want to have kids. You should think twice if you want to be with these men. And that's on. And it showed The women that were happy was women that, were getting their degrees, getting accepted into law universities. That is true happiness. And then you had people there crying with toddlers and crying about a breakup and different things like that. Though many of those videos were people looking for attention, because if you're going through certain stuff, you should have somebody in your surrounding area, somebody that you could reach out to. But now we're living in a day and age, people don't have relationships, actual intimate relationships. Their relationships are on social media. So that's why you have all this content to together, put together, and then put it on TikTok with some music, and then she's able to share it to her followers, and then everybody's like, oh yeah, guard your wombs, oh yeah, this and that, oh yeah, this and this and that. But when you have influence, make sure you're speaking from the right place. Make sure you're influencing people from the right place. You're not speaking from your resentment and your pain, because many women, they don't want to get married. They don't want to have children because of something that happened to them, or was some stuff that they saw that influenced them at a younger age. And then they got together with other people that had the same sentiments, and that's what's going on. But these things have repercussions to them. Some things you need to get delivered from. Some things you need to get new knowledge on how to make better choices in men. And unfortunately, as when we were younger, certain things happened to us, and it has distorted our view of all men. Not that man, not those men, but all men. You have a distorted view of all men, because even that video that she shared, the only thing you come out of it is like, hey, I probably need to go to law school. I probably need to do this and that. But it looked like relationships, having children, stuff like that. That's not what to do. Which is the natural order of things. Society is built on family. But you have the enemy raising up influences to persuade people that is not the way to go. And that is wrong. There's another YouTuber, her fellow YouTuber by the name of Cynthia G. That one tells people all you need is just a living D. That's it. You don't need anything else. When you have needs, that's why he's there. But they're not really equipping and educating women and helping women to get the healing that they need, because as you can see, she's telling people how to control your inner demons instead of being delivered, because certain demons, they are demons of resentment, demons of bitterness and jealousy and hatred and disdain. You have to get delivered from them. But if you're trying to control them, they're going to still be there, and then they're going to distort your view of men, of family, of different things, of different women, because sometimes they don't even like each other. They just get together, because especially when it's against men, especially when they have one common goal, but really like each other, because if you did, you would help each other to make better decisions, to do better in life. But as we see Dr. Patrick Diggs say, this will have an effect. So, people will do whatever they want to do, but very soon we will see the effects of certain decisions that we made and certain influences that we have put out there, how it's going to affect society. But, I have to say something, because marriage and raising a family, having children is the way to go. Whether you can have them on your own or you adopt them, that is God's original plan for mankind. That is what he always wanted. But the thing is, many of us were not raised to see marriage as that. Many of us had very, very bad examples, horrible examples of marriage and raising children. So it distorted our view. And many of us, from the different relationship choices that we've made and that we have had, that has, altered and contaminated and perverted our view of relationships and marriages and children as a whole. And we think that our degree and our job and our penthouse and our dogs and our Louis Vuitton bags and our Chanel clothing and our cars and different things can fulfill that. And we think that, that's enough. We don't need anything else. And hey, if I do have an urge, I got toys that I can use. But your nature as a woman, your nature as a woman, your nature as a man, you were not meant to be alone. And then when we keep on pushing and putting it off, and you, especially if you're using toys, and then eventually you, it can only do so much, that toy, and then one day you may need that human touch, and then you end up messing with a madman that takes you out, that steals your money, that take advantage of you. Let's not do that. Get new knowledge, get educated, get healing. Don't control those demons. Be delivered from those demons. Because how you, man or woman, who is a physical being, could control a spiritual being that's a demon doesn't make any sense. That's why the Bible tells you have to be delivered from them. You have to rebuke them, not control them. But anyway, at the end of the day, we will answer for every careless word that we have spoken on this earth, and by our words we will be justified, by our words we will be condemned. That's why you have to be very careful of what you say and how you influence people. Anyway, that's all I had to say on this situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.